It's Monday morning, the end of the Sunday night. We're at the airport. I just dropped off this girl who was going to Cape Town, South Africa. She's gonna fly from here to Seattle, and from Seattle she's gonna fly to Paris, and from Paris she's gonna go to Cape Town. And she brought with her a bicycle. It was in a fancy bike bag. So she's going down there to train. So I guess she's like an Olympic athlete or some kind of bicycle athlete. It's pretty cool. And I had a busy night. What's 44 and 13? 57. I got 357 on. That's really, really good for a Sunday night. Most of it is Interac, but that's okay. I'll get my money eventually. Well, it's 5:59 in the morning, January the 1st. We just went through New Year's Eve. It was pretty quiet until 9 o'clock, so the first 3 hours not a lot went on. Then after that it went ballistic, and I was busy until half an hour ago. I just had enough time to go wash the car and turn in some lost and found item. It was a dancing doggy music player. Some kid had lost it in the trunk. I think it was probably in the kid's stroller. And I was busy getting paid with the Interac and from the wife, and the husband had his went in the back and got the kid's stroller out. When he got the stroller out, he dropped that item. What else has been going on? I was busy. At one point the calls were over half an hour old and we couldn't keep up. The oldest call I had was about an hour old, and I tried calling it. I called it, nobody answered. All right, fine. So now I've got about $500 on. Yeah, only $500, because there were a lot of calls, and a lot of them were short calls. They didn't go very far, and I was busy running between one call and another. I've done a sheet and a half, and usually on a busy night I do one sheet. So yeah, only $500. Anyway, I'm going to deposit some of that in the bank. 300 of it was Interac and credit card and that kind of thing. I'm going to have to add up a lot of Interacs. Yeah, not much else to say about the New Year's except that it was tiring and exhausting, but it wasn't a drag like busy nights usually are. The adrenaline was going, so I didn't feel tired. Good thing I got enough sleep last night, or yesterday. I got enough sleep. When I got home in the morning, I had something to eat, and I had 1 dram of bourbon, and I fell asleep drinking that bourbon. And I'm here at the bank, and I'm going to deposit some cash, and I'll be back tomorrow. It is now Wednesday morning. It is 4:19 Wednesday morning. I just went to work, and I worked, well, between 6 and midnight. It was quite steady, and I got nothing until about 3:30, when I took these boys from the Accent Inn to Denny's, which was like $4.90. Then I got another call just a couple blocks from there, and the guy went from there all the way into Esquimalt, and it was about a $13 fare, and he gave me 20, which was nice, very nice. And the scenario looked like he was at his friend's place, and his friend paid for the cab back. Nice. Gave him a 20, said, go home. Then I was heading back towards the part of town where I like to work, and I got a call. And the call was to pick up these two people, and they are taking a plane to go to Calgary, and from Calgary they're taking another plane which will take them down to Los Angeles, and from Los Angeles they're going to take a cruise to Hawaii. So 5 days on the ocean, 4 or 5 days in Hawaii, and then another 5 days cruise back. But they're going to stop in, what did they say, Ensenada in Mexico or something, before getting back to Los Angeles. And then, of course, they fly back. Sounds great. And I have got, about 250 on, maybe a little more. 270 maybe. For a Tuesday night immediately after New Year's, that's not bad. I actually got to sleep for a couple hours at one point. I was watching videos, and of course, got sleepy watching videos. I got a lot of videos to watch. Oh, I was busy during this season. I was busy during this holiday season, and my other channel went viral. And when that channel went viral, it took a lot of my time. There's a lot of emails and messages and a lot of things going on. Oh, a lot of viral. So I got behind on watching videos. I think I'm about 5 or 6 days behind the leading edge on the Food Quick channel. It's going to take me a couple of weeks to catch up. I'll be back tomorrow. Panic at the airport. Panic, 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 panic. Fucking let me out. Fucking let me out. Fucking panic at the fucking airport. Well, it's 4:34 a.m. The 2nd of January, the night of the 2nd of January, which was the Wednesday night, was on the slow side. For the first 4 or 5 hours, I was doing one trip an hour. It got a little busier around midnight. Then after about 1, it kind of died, and I went to sleep a couple times, and I slept long. And I had one little fare to take some woman to down the street, and then I figured, okay, let's go to the bank and deposit some money what little money I had. But on my way to the bank, I got called to another address that wasn't all that far away. And I picked up this guy who's going to the Bahamas to work on cruise ships. He had a big tool bag and a bag of his belongings and stuff, and he's going on a flight to Toronto, and from Toronto another flight goes down to Miami, and from Miami he gets on a boat, and the boat takes him to Freeport in the Bahamas. I've been to Freeport. I didn't like it. You had a resort with a garbage dump right next to it. So this was my 4th night in a row, and it's been pissing rain all night long. It's really annoying. It's hard to stay warm. The air is so humid and wet that it just sucks the heat right out of you. And I got the heater cranked in here just to stay, and I'm still kind of cold. I had to step out of the car for a moment to help the guy with his bags, and oh man, it just sucks the heat right out of you. Well, I'm having trouble seeing where the road is, so I'll be back tomorrow. Well, it's Friday morning. It's now 5:54. That is the end of my shift. And I've got almost 300 on. I'm surprised. A Thursday, just after a couple days after New Year's, or 3 days after New Year's, and I've got 300 on. Here's what happened. Here's what I theorize. I think that a lot of drivers came out, or some came out, and they found it to be slow. So they figured, let's go home. How many cars are left out right now? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we had 16 cars a couple hours ago, 3 hours ago. It's still 16 cars. We have a fleet of 50 cars. That gives you an idea of what's going on. So the few of us that were out here, we didn't do so badly. But had we had more cars out here, it would have sucked for everyone. So I think it's time for me to shut her down. So book 990, and there we go. There, I'm off. I'm off and I'm out. And I'm heading down to the car wash. Tonight, well, I had one guy get in and say he wanted to go to Royal Athletic Park, and it was pissing down rain. And I said, well, what's happening at Royal Athletic Park? He says, well, it's a house near there. I just don't know the address. Okay, fine. So he's talking to somebody on the phone and asks me if I have TAP, and I said, yeah, I do. He said, okay. So he's talking on the phone with his mother, whatever, and then he's not. So I go towards Royal Athletic Park. He says, no, turn left here. I said, okay. He said, you can stop right here. I said, great. He said, I'm just going to go get the card. And as soon as I saw him get outside, he wasn't taking his time. He started running away. So he ran away without paying. It was only like $9, so it's not the end of the world. Just the principle of the thing. Then a couple fares later, somebody found a phone in the back seat. and it was a lost phone. I was hoping that that lost phone belonged to the prick who ran away. Well, I took it into our office, and I put a card on it and everything, saying that where it was found and when it was found. Then after I laid the phone down on the desk, it started ringing. And I figured, well, I did my part. I brought it into the office. They can figure it out. I'm not answering the fucking thing. I was still hoping that that phone belonged to the prick who ran away. And aside from that, the night was uneventful, except for some homeless woman who shorted me a couple bucks. But that's about all. I hope yours is better than mine. Happy New Year.